Don't open your eyes, masters. You're in deep, deep meditation. You're having silent meditation, masters. Another 6 minutes more to go. Be in silence for a deep, deep meditation. Just observe your breath. Just observe your normal, easy, calm, and natural breath. Thoughts will come, don't bother. Just cut the thoughts and go back to the breath. Slowly and slowly, thoughts become lesser and lesser until you come to thoughtless state, masters. Be with the breath, nothing else. Be with the breath, masters, for another 5 minutes more. Don't open your eyes, masters. Don't open your eyes. You're in deep, deep meditation. Another 3 minutes more to go. Only 3 minutes. Be in silent meditation, masters. Slowly come out of deep meditation, masters. Slowly come out. And now be aware of your body. Just bring a consciousness to your toes. The toes moving, your fingers moving, masters. Now bring awareness to your hands. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Now slowly raise your hands and cover your eyes, masters. Keep your hands there for a few minutes. Few seconds, please. 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Slowly release your hands and open your eyes, a beautiful smile. Can open your eyes, masters, and on your cameras. Thank you very much for a wonderful meditation. Give a big thanks to the Mother Nature and Universe and all the masters guiding us for this wonderful meditation. Give a big thanks. Thanks to everyone. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Can on the camera, masters. Yes, Viva wants to talk to me. Can come, please? Please, on a camera. Yes, Viva, you want to talk to me? Masters, can you enter cameras, masters? Today, the master is supposed to be Rajni, Ponalla from Gujarat, India. Welcome, master. Before that, my humble pranam to our Sadguru Patriji for giving us this wonderful Anapanasati meditation, and Dr. GK, who's the founder of Spiritual Tablet, and many, many masters who are guiding us all this time. Thank you very much to everybody, masters. Thank you very much. And before introducing, I'm very happy to announce. Can you hear me, masters? Can you hear me?
Yeah, yes, we can hear.
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you for coming in. Okay, masters. So today our speaker is Madam Rajni Ponalla from Gujarat. She is also a counselor in the European platform. She is a wonderful teacher and also a good counselor. I know her personally through the platform. Before starting this particular session today, I just want to do a little bit recap of what you have done previously. Dr. GK from UK Manchester has asked us to touch the subject of the awareness of spiritual tablets. So last few months, we are touching different topics, no? And here today, our Madam Rajni will be touching a topic on individual consciousness and group consciousness. And conscience is very, very important. And normally he says, no, when we do spiritual tablet, our Dr. GK always said E, C, W. Energy, consciousness, and wisdom. So all this while, we have done energy and wisdom. The first 12 tablets is very, very essential. The first six tablets actually was touching energy. When do meditation, we're getting a lot of energy. So all the 6 tablets touching energy. The rest 6 tablets talking wisdom. But here, the 3 letters here, E, C, W, the C comes in between consciousness. And now I leave to our master, what you call Rajni. She'll give a very illustrated and explanation about this consciousness. And now she'll introduce herself and she'll tell about her. Come in, master. All yours. Welcome, please, the platform.
Thank you, sir. Thank you to all masters for having me here. Thank you so much for giving me this wonderful opportunity. And so, yes, my name is Rajni. I'm from Gujarat in India. And I have been with PSSM since last 10 years. And with spiritual tablets, I've been associated with last 2 years. I have completed L1 and currently working with European team for the spiritual tablets. And also I'm volunteering in TMC Gujarat for TMC Gujarati and Gujarat. So this is the small introduction of me. Today, the topic name is individual consciousness and the group consciousness. Individuals comes means we as the one, and the group means the whole community that we are all together walking on a path. And the third word comes is consciousness. The word itself is a very big and it has its meaning is a very vast. But to understand it in the simplest way, I would like you all to focus on the word, the ability to understand. The consciousness word has a bigger meaning, but to conclude it, to understand it in a simplified way. So I would suggest you to whenever, during this whole session, whenever you are trying to understand the topic, consider the consciousness word as the ability to understand in all the circumstances. Now, the point is individual consciousness and the group consciousness. Why we should focus on these aspects? So the fundamental thing is why we are into these spiritual practices is for the enjoyment of the soul and for the evolution of the souls. Soul wants two things always. The first is it wants to enjoy everything. It wants to feel to the deepest in every aspect of life. And the second thing is it wants to learn. It wants the evolution. It wants to grow. So for these two important things, we need to learn how to we work individually and how we should cultivate with the group for the betterment of ourselves and for the betterment of the community. And now I'm going to share the PPT. I would request sir to make me co-host so that I can share PowerPoint.
Please continue, Mother. All up to you, Ma.
Sir, make me co-host.
Yeah, sure, please. Because Saujanya is not fit, she can't talk, she's having flu. So she only can record. So you start everything else.
Yes. Saujanya, can you make me co-host?
Saujanya, no, she can't talk. You can become co-host, Ma. I talk on behalf of her.
The host can make me co-host.
Yeah, she's operating, but she cannot talk.
Okay, she just have to give me co-host rights.
Okay, Saujanya, please. You got her?
Saujanya ma'am, are you there?
Saujanya, just give a tickle or just send the message.
Okay.
Saujanya ma'am. Saujanya ma'am, are you hearing me?
Okay, it's okay. We can also continue without that. Sorry,
please make the speaker the co-host, okay? Because I'm using a what you call
you are also co-host.
But
okay.
I'm using smartphone, Amma.
Yes, I understood. Nothing to worry. We can proceed with that as well.
You can proceed, ma.
Yes. So you all have to focus on the words because we are not able to see the PPT.
Are you accessible?
So until unless Rajni madam is made co-host, she cannot share presentation or
Okay,
screen.
now I put the chart and find out that I go
You
into chart.
can become you can surrender the co-host.
By
You are having-
surrendering, you must put chart, isn't it? Must go to chart
You-
one.
No, he
You
can't
just-
do that. Only host can do that.
Host, but host might have given powers to him, na? So he can try.
Okay,
Okay,
now
huh.
I'm a smartphone here.
Yeah, you just
Participation chart.
you click
then
on the
reaction.
participant. You click on the participant.
I put a chart, isn't it? Shall I go? Master?
Yes.
Okay, okay, chart here.
Okay.
Shall I?
Okay.
Shall
So
I?
it's fine. Without PPT also we can take the session. Nothing to worry. I
Okay,
request you all to just focus on my words. Okay.
Okay, ma. Okay, please proceed.
Yes. So I will be myself watching a PPT and yes. So our topic name is individual consciousness and the group consciousness. So I told you in the beginning itself, the word consciousness word has a bigger meaning, but to understand it here in a simple meaning, which will consider it as the ability to understand in terms of every situations, in everything, how we are able to understand being in the center room without being judgmental, with pure witness mindset, how we are able to understand. So this is the core thing. Now the second word is individual and the third is group. Individually and collectively in a group. In this two way we have to evolve. So how we are going to evolve and why it is so important that we have to expand our individual consciousness as well as our group consciousness. Group consciousness means, say, take an example of a cricket team where 11 members are there. So they have to work as a one mind. They have to work in a one way. 11 people can't think in a different way. If they are going to think in a different way, and they will not be able to play and win. So to win a game, all the individual has to merge themselves and they have to work as a one consciousness, one mindset. So when we are engaging with the team, this way we are supposed to develop our group consciousness. Now we are going into the deep. So today what we are going to learn actually, whenever we see a flower, it blossoms like completely. I don't know how to say it, but if you see in the very early morning, the flower will be like this. And as the sun goes up, the flower will blossom like this. Fragrance will come out and you will see so beautiful colors and you can imagine the flower. The same way, we all are the soul and through this process, we should and we can blossom like a flower. So today we are going to understand it in the three parts. What is the actual meaning of the individual and a group consciousness? How to prepare ourselves to participate in these two things? And what are the benefits of developing individual consciousness and the group consciousness? The first term is individual consciousness. So what is the meaning of individual consciousness? A person is said to be in individual consciousness when his spiritual practices are more towards individual growth and the knowledge upliftment. That means, say for example, I consider myself an individual and my focus is only oriented to the growth of my own self and not others. And in this, what practices will I be doing for the spiritual practices? So there are basically 4 points that we have been listening from GK sir and Padri sir as well. So spiritual practices for an individual are first a regular meditation practice, reading right spiritual books, practicing silence, and beginners sharing spiritual sharing. That means whatsoever experiences you are having as a beginners, you are sharing them. So these are the spiritual practices. Now we are understanding one more thing. As an individual, whatever level of consciousness that I'm having, based on that, I will be able to enjoy or suffer in a group. So here individual has a thing, it can't, why we are recommending individual and the group consciousness. Individually, we have to prepare ourselves so that we can create a strong foundation. After that, we have to jump into the group because after certain time, we can't grow on ourselves. We have to take the help of the others, the group, the community. So when you go into the group, initial stages, there will be enjoy or the suffering. You will feel uncomfortable or comfortable. You may enjoy so great or you feel something suffering that you don't want to do. So why these kind of emotions comes in? Those emotions are coming based on your own consciousness, how conscious you are. Say if we are going to count it in terms of percentage, we are considering a person whose consciousness expanded 10% out of 100%. Now this person is now this person has joined a community for the purpose of expansion of group consciousness. What will happen? He has developed 10% of consciousness, so he is going to feel suffer. He is going to feel uncomfortable. That is a process. Whenever we are engaging in a group consciousness, 60% of help we can take from the group consciousness. That means we can expand 60% of our group, our consciousness by just being with the group. So the person who has joined by 10% of consciousness, and then he joins in the group consciousness, and by cultivating all the practices and doing works and practices and activities, that person can increase to 70% of consciousness. Of course, the journey will be little bit tough, but also there will be an adventure and they can enjoy. So that's why we are recommending to prepare yourself individually. After certain time, definitely you must enter into a community so that your growth, it will be in a short time you can have a fast expansion of your consciousness. Now we are taking an example of a second person whose consciousness is already a 90%. That means he don't need further expansion. He is already a higher self. He has a knowledge. He has an experience. So should we recommend that person to join the group? The answer is yes. The first one was in need of a growth with the help of a group. The second one, whose consciousness level is 90%, he is in the position to support the group. He is in the position to share his wisdom. So we are recommending every type of person to join in the group consciousness. So the person who is intelligent, he might think, I should not, it is of no use for me, why should I join there? But here his duty is to serve. So these are the 2 points. So you might feel whenever you join a group, you need to observe how you are feeling. If you are feeling some kind of uncomfortable things, or you don't want to be part of the group, that is a sign that your consciousness is a less and you need to expand. But here we should take it as a with love. We are not supposed to judge ourselves that, oh, I have a 10% of consciousness, I have a 20% of consciousness. No, it's just a percentage, and we can take it very beautifully and we can participate in the group and we can expand our consciousness. Now, how we can expand our consciousness? So that we are going to understand. So when we are in the individual consciousness, that means we are individual and we have not yet encountered our guru with whom we should associate. So to prepare ourselves to join a group, Before that, universe will create such a kind of situations that you bound to be alone. Say universe will shift you from one job to another job. If you are getting married, you will be shifted to some other country. So this kind of some situation universe will create in the future. For that, you have to prepare from the present moment. So individually, how can you prepare to be able to enjoy in the group consciousness? So these are the some of the practices or some of the activities given by sir. In that first one is special preparation on a particular subject regarding spiritual science teaching. That means in the service, your job role, your soul has chosen to become a teacher, then you can gain the wisdom and expertise on subjects, spiritual subjects. You should be in a position to explain in a beautiful way according to the situation of the listener. So you have to develop such kind of expertise. Accordingly, you will be shifted to those groups where your talent will be required. Next is learning computer. That means learning technology. Third is learning a new language, which is linked with the purpose of your life, your purpose of life. Maybe you are shifting to some another country where you are supposed to learn a new language. Through language, you will create a bridge and you will teach people meditation. You will be able to teach spiritual tablets. So the language here is working as a bridge. Next is develop art, which is related to the purpose of life. Now, again, there are so many different types of art. You can be a singer, you can be a dancer, you can be a painter, you can be a chef. So by doing meditation and by analyzing your life till now, you can figure it out what are the arts that are very much connected to your heart, and those arts, by developing them and by serving them, you can actually help the whole humankind. And this is definitely will be a part of your purpose of life. Next point is personality management. So this is the all are very well aware. Personality management, basically you can do meditation and read books. So this will help you how to personally develop yourself. Now the points that we have gone through, that becoming a spiritual teacher, learning a computer or technology, learning a new language, developing arts. So in general, for in a day, we are supposed to spend 4 to 8 hours, 4 to 8 hours of time on this, minimum 4 hours. So on this point, what they are trying to tell us that we have to make sincere and serious efforts while working, while expanding individual consciousness. By practicing all this or some of the this which are related to our soul, we are supposed to actually make a sincere and a serious and a regular efforts. So after practicing or after putting enough efforts, what will happen is that universe will give you another platform, another stage where you can explore as a soul. So this was the journey of your soul as an individual consciousness where you are expanding. Now you are in a position and you are in a stable mindset. You are in a strong position that you can help another and you can become a medium for others. Then universe will, according to your situation in life, will place you in a situation where you can join the community, where you can expand your group consciousness. Along with that, you will be able to help others to expand their consciousness. So here we are saying that group consciousness and the individual consciousness, both are very much important in our life. We can't neglect the other and give so much importance to the one. And every soul who wants to seek in this life as a spirituality must pass through this journey. First comes individual consciousness. The journey will be little bit alone. May it sound bored, but with continuous practice and with the help of masters, we can definitely go through it. And after completion of individual consciousness, we can jump onto the group consciousness. So this was the individual consciousness. Now we are coming to the point, our next topic, subtopic, that is a group consciousness. Now, what is the meaning of group consciousness? Person is said to be in a group consciousness when the spiritual practices are more towards group growth and knowledge upliftment. If you have observed in the individual consciousness, I was just only focused about my growth, my own spiritual upliftment. I was not considering about the other person. Now, when we are talking about group consciousness, we are wholly focused on the group growth. How can I contribute for the growth of the group? What kind of knowledge I can share so that those souls in the group can uplift themselves. So this is the focus point. Now, what are the practices one can do when it comes to the expansion of group consciousness? So the first thing is we can do group meditation. We can share our experiences. In the earlier one, in the individual consciousness, there was sharing of experiences, but those were the beginners meditation sharing experiences. The way you expand your consciousness, the experience will differ, and those experience will have a rich meaning and a rich wisdom. So when you are sharing in a group consciousness, when you are in a group consciousness, you have already completed one phase of a individual consciousness, and now you have a different experiences. You have a different group of people where you are sharing your experiences and you are listening experiences. So there is a difference between those experiences. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Next is you are doing your spiritual service or volunteering work because you want to teach. You have inherently something that you want to share just out of love, just out of unconditioned. There is no condition. So you are teaching those wisdom. Next is you got the bigger, like a kind of a mission in you that you are getting a major projects from the universe, from the community. So these are the simple things, how we can actually practice when it comes to group consciousness. So the points are group meditation, sharing and listening experiences, spiritual service through teaching, and working with the major projects. Now, what are the major projects can be? It can be different. Building a pyramid, building a mega pyramid in the country, conducting a workshop where 1,000 people are gathering, publishing books and spreading and distributing to the schools, to the offices. So these are the major projects. There are so many. I have just tried to put in the examples. Now, the next point is the person who is having a 10% of consciousness or even less than that, or the person who is seeking opportunities to grow, who wants to experience something new and wants to see, they can join a community to expand their consciousness in a very short time. This also I have experienced. So definitely one who is really looking for the spiritual world in the short term, they must join a community, a group. Next is the person who is having a higher consciousness, whose consciousness is already expanded. So what role they can play? So their main role is to be compassionate towards the people who has a comparing to them who has a less consciousness. That means they will take some time to understand what you are saying. Maybe maybe they will be little arrogant. They will not be behaving the way you expect. So here, as a soul, as a learning point for the higher individual consciousness is to be more compassionate towards the other who are not able to understand you. That's why I earlier pointed out the word consciousness as to be able to understand. Now, there are other activities that people who join in the group consciousness, they can do. And these are fun type of activities, not the serious ones. like organizing meditation classes with the fun tools and trackings, mega spiritual events, family gatherings, spiritual gatherings. These are we are already seeing in PSSM, and also GKs are also organize such a kind of workshops or the events. What is the purpose of this is to just to gather everyone and create a group consciousness. And if you are even little bit conscious or witnessing something, you can actually experience this all these things. Now, what are the benefits when you are working with the group consciousness? So the first point is consider yourself, you don't have a compassion towards others, you have anger issues, but you don't want to harm others. You want to create some kind of compassion in you towards others. So how? When you are engaging in the group consciousness, universe will create such a situations through which it will help you to understand, to grow people in your side, and this way you will create a compassion in you for others. So there will be no higher or lower. You will just see everyone as an equal, and naturally love and compassion will flow from you. So this is one of the biggest benefit of joining group consciousness. Next is it is a kind of a spiritual service. Whenever we are engaging in a group consciousness, definitely we are going to participate in some or other activity. So these all activities are nothing but purely a spiritual science services. And whenever a soul is engaging in spiritual science services, they are creating a good karmas. That means whatever you are giving to the universe, definitely you are going to receive that from the universe. What goes around comes around. The same here, like goes well, that whatever we are giving, we will definitely receive. So this is also one of the great benefits that we are creating good karmas. We are able to come out of the negative karmas. Above all, universe will also pay back. But here we need to learn is the service. That means a seva. Whenever we are doing it consciously, we are not supposed to have a thought. We are not supposed to have a business mind. Let's see, I'm doing the spiritual service and I'm going to get it back from this and that. No, we are not supposed to have that kind of mindset while we are performing such activities. What our mindset should be, it is just like I have given it and I'm not expecting anything. I'm giving part of my time, part of my knowledge that I'm having, or whatever that I'm giving from me, I am giving out of love without any condition, and I'm not expecting anything in return. So this is the mindset that we should carry. Then only it will be considered as a service. And whenever you will be in need of something, universe will take care of you. Masters will take care of you. Every action, every thought, every deed, whatever you do in the name of service, in a good faith, definitely it is being recorded in Akashic records. Akashic records is nothing, it's just the account that is being kept by the universe. Each soul account is being maintained in which all the actions, thoughts, deeds that we have done throughout this life and the life that we have lived, all of the records are being kept there, and based on that, we can perform our life and grow. So that is not the point of today. The point is just here how we should perform a spiritual science service. Next, our point is whenever we are working in a group, we are actually learning how to work in a harmony and how to experience the collective needs. Earlier, when we were practicing the individual consciousness, we were only focused on ourselves. So we know we had experience of individual, but we don't know what it feels like to be in those collective. How it feels when you are actually in a people who are all meditating, who are having the same mindset, same purposes. So we are getting an opportunity to actually feel oneness and harmony and those experiences. And the bigger changes, whatever we are seeing in life, or we want. All those transformation can very easily take place when we are engaging with the group consciousness. So bigger experiences always happens in a groups. Now our uh, yes. So what are the indications in our life that how can we see that I should perform individual consciousness or I should perform a group consciousness? So in the beginning itself, I mentioned that in our life, situations will take hold based on which we can understand that we should perform individual consciousness or we should work for group consciousness. But some of the examples are given by Sir. Say there is a situation created in your office that you have to transfer. There is a job transfer. So you should perform individual consciousness. You are preparing yourself for the next group, to join the next group. Second is your marriage is going to take place in some other state or in some other country where you are going to experience a new life, a new world. So the earlier point that we have learned, the art or the computer or the technology or the language, we can learn such a thing. So we have one medium to contribute to the universe as a service, or outcast by the community. This is a kind of uncomfortable situations we feel that something happens in one's soul life that the society outcasts them, our material society. So Hindus also, rather than taking it as a negative, one person who is practicing spiritual thing, they should consider it as an opportunity and try to work on their individual consciousness. After working on individual consciousness, universe will shift them to their soul tribe. The material society is something other, something different, but connecting to your soul tribe is different. One of the different things. But whenever you got the chance to be with your soul tribe, the soul community, you will feel very much happy, and your past experiences will not affect you. It was just a push from the universe to make you connect to your soul tribe. And to be able to connect to your soul tribe, you have to make yourself prepare to individual consciousness. So our PPT is going, our topic is almost in the end. So the group consciousness and the individual consciousness. Why we are doing this? Because we want to evolve soul, for the evolution of soul. So to summarize in the 4 points, an individual who wants to expand its consciousness should perform regular meditation, swadhyaya, sharing and listening experiences. After performing this thoroughly, universe will give you a beautiful opportunity to connect to the group consciousness. So there you are expanding your group consciousness. You are growing along with the group. So you are helping yourself along with you are helping others. So thank you, masters.
Thank you, Rajni Master.
Yes,
For,
they have made me post. Sorry, sir, just one moment. I'm
can you
going
hear
to
me?
share. Yes, I can hear.
Anybody want to share anything, Masters? I just want to summarize a little bit. A little
I'm going to
understanding.
share.
Can you
I'm
hear
going
me?
to yes, I'm going to share a PPT so you guys can see it. Just
Okay, any masters want to share, please come forward.
Is it visible to all of you?
Now only can see, no?
Yes. Just
just now.
Yeah,
just now,
only we can see. Now only we can
now
see
only
the
can see.
video.
okay. So purpose of showing this to, I want to fix this point in your mind by the pictures, nothing else.
Okay.
So here we are seeing the tree. It is a different kind of tree, but I'm considering it as a lotus to explain. By working on our individual consciousness and group consciousness, we can actually become like a lotus, the Sahasrara Chakram. So to create our life like a garden, we are understanding this as in 3 points, meaning, preparation, and the benefits. So the individual consciousness, just summarizing, I think it will be helpful for you to understand it more. Individual consciousness is nothing but individual growth and the knowledge upliftment, where we are doing 4 practices: meditation, spiritual book reading, practicing silence, and beginners spiritual sharing. Now, when we are working individual consciousness, according to our situations, according to our level of consciousness, we can enjoy or suffer when we are going to connect with the group. So the person, say for example, having a 10% consciousness, they can suffer when they are going to join the group. And the person who is having a 90% of consciousness, who is already evolved, they may not enjoy because they already know now there is nothing to learn from others and they don't have anything to gain as well. So here, what sir is trying to tell us, that both of them need to join the group. The 10% person who has a lower consciousness, they should take the help of a group to expand its consciousness. And the same way, the one who is having a 90% of expanded consciousness, they are in a situation to contribute to the growth of the group. Now, what are the preparation an individual can do to join the group consciousness? So these are the 4 points. Preparing spiritual topics that we can teach in the future as a spiritual teacher, learning computer or the technology, learning a language which is directly connected to the purpose of our life, developing arts that can be music, dance, anything that you feel is art, painting. These are also connected to our purpose of life. Personality management. So how much time a soul should devote on this? So minimum 4 to 8 hours a day. So 4 to 8 hours, it reflects sincere, serious efforts for the expansion of individual consciousness. Once performing this, universe will shift us to the next level of our group where we can actually contribute our knowledge. And same way we will be able to receive as well. Now, the second is a group consciousness. Group consciousness means group growth and knowledge upliftment. Basically, we are serving to the community. So what are the practices one can do? We can join group meditation. We can share and learn, listen, reach experiences of others and share our experiences. Doing spiritual services through teaching, working with the major projects. Now, joining the group consciousness, the person who has a less consciousness, that means having a 10 or 20 or a lower level of consciousness, they can take the help of group consciousness and within a short period of time, they can actually expand their consciousness on a fast level. So these are highly recommended for the seeker who wants to expand in a fast way. The person who has a higher individual consciousness, their role and their learning key point is to be compassionate towards the others, irrespective of those people and their behaviors are. And what are the activities? Doing meditation classes, organizing tools and tracking, mega spiritual events, gathering of family in spiritual events. Now, what are the benefits of group consciousness. Why we should work with the group consciousness? So the first very much important point is that we will actually able to develop a compassionate feeling towards others. Second is it is a kind of a spiritual service. That means we are actually generating a good karmas that will protect us. And when we get the chance to work in the group, we are actually learning how to live in harmony and how it is to feel like a collective experiences. And all the bigger experiences happens in group consciousness. What are the incidents in our life that reflects us or that point out us that this is the time to work on individual consciousness? So these are some of the examples: job transfer, post-marriage, outcast by the community, etc. Now, purpose of showing this PDF is that I wanted to show this photo, which I really liked it. Our purpose is nothing but the soul evolution. This is a small plant. We all are the small plants. By doing regular meditation, svadhyaya, listening and sharing experiences, we are growing. As the tree grows by getting fertilizer, water, love, emotions, and sunlight, it will grow. These are the elements for the tree to grow. And the same way for the soul to grow, to expand, meditation, svadhyaya, learning and sharing experiences are the core elements. And core elements for the development of individual consciousness. Once you are done with the individual consciousness, immediately, universe or the masters will shift you in a situations where you will be able to contact your group community, group consciousness. That means your community. Thank you, masters. Yes, over to you, all of you. Sir, you are on mute. Unmute yourself. Still you are on a mute.
Thank you. It is really good explanation.
Thank you, Master. Thank you for the wonderful talk. Okay, you're talking about individual consciousness and group consciousness, but there are situations people don't have the opportunity to be in the group consciousness due to certain factors, you know. So, what you are saying, if they're in the group consciousness, they can expand their consciousness. How do we relate this to an individual consciousness person, for example, a person like a Swamiji or a Guru, who are they on their own, you know, they're on the individual, not in the group, no. How does the expansion take place for them? How does expansion take place?
I didn't get your point. Can you ask again the question? How an individual can